Welcome to Yogaxpress, the mobile stretch clinic that takes yoga to the people. Once again, we have with us 4 very sporting folks, participants. We have Lucy Benjamin to my extreme right, Diedre, my name is Banu Suresh, Amy Kitchener to my left, and Judy Jacob to my extreme left in the yellow t-shirt. I'm so glad that you found time to join us again today. Please don't forget, every Wednesday, same time, same place, 9:30, channel 67. Today, after the last 8 episodes of ailment-specific stretches, today we're going to focus on one simple, single sequence that covers all 8 ailments. Before we started today's episode, we were chatting for a while, and I had wonderful feedback from our participants here, and we decided we just had to share this sequence with you because everyone out there needs to know how this simple sequence actually targets 8 common ailments. Now we're talking about the sun salutation. There are different variations of sun salutation. Today's variation involves 8 simple stretches, so it's 1 through 8, and then postures 4, 3, 2, 1 are repeated to make a full sequence, which literally, once you get the hang of things, takes you about 30 seconds. Completing the sun salutation on both sides with each leg extended out in the back in turns takes 1 minute. So one full sun salutation sequence takes just 1 minute every day. And I'm sure you can spare that for yourself when you're in a real rush in the morning. You don't have time to do the full 48 plus sequence, which takes you about 20 minutes. You don't have time to do any specific ailment-specific sequence, which takes about 10 minutes. I'm sure you can spare yourself 1 minute to take care of your body. The sun salutation sequence has 8 different postures, as I mentioned, and we are going to actually get into the postures and talk ourselves through these stretches, through these postures, so you understand exactly which ailment each one targets. Let's all stand up. The first posture is Namaskar Asana, where you have your hands in front of you. I'm going to keep my little flashcard in front of me as a reference, so I don't forget. Namaskar Asana is great for hypertension. It just helps calm you down. And then you inhale, Hasta Uttana. Your arms go, your feet, your heels are together, toes slightly apart, palms in front of your chest in prayer position. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. That's Hasta Uttana. Keep inhaling. Hasta Uttana is great for opening up your chest, which means it's also good to help prevent asthma. You're opening up your lungs, improving lung capacity. And then you exhale, fold from the hip. Take your hands all the way down to your toes. Here you should feel, if your hands don't touch your toes, that's fine, go down to your ankles. You should feel a compression in your lower abdomen. Does anyone here want to take a guess which ailment that would be targeting?
Constipation?
Right, Amy? Constipation. So you're compressing your lower abdomen. Now, place your palms on the floor, take your left leg out behind you. This time you are compressed. This is called Ashwa Sanchala. Bring your right foot forward just a little bit. You don't want your knees to go too far over your toes. Now this one is an intense bend on the right knee at the moment. Anyone wants to take a guess which ailment this would be? We've been going body part by body part. Judy. The knee.
Oh, the knees, of course.
Yes.
Arthritis.
Arthritis, exactly. Now we're going to take our other leg back. The right leg goes back to meet the left leg. Lucy, I'm not in your way? Okay. This is Dandasana, where you compress your anal sphincters. You tighten your anal sphincter muscles. Diedre, want to take a guess which one? Which ailment? Lucy? Piles or hemorrhoids?
Hemorrhoids.
Now, very gently place your knees to the floor. And as you bring your chest down, you're going to exhale. Your butt is off the ground. Your knees are on the floor. Your toes are curled in. Bring your palms forward just a little bit if you need to. As you go down, you keep exhaling. This is Ashtanga Namaskara. Ashtanga, 8 limbs. Your upper abdomen should be off the floor. So your chest goes down. Keep exhaling. Which means it is actually giving room for, and then inhale, come up. This posture is hard to just stay in. So inhale, come up in cobra position. Inhale and hold this position. When you came down in Ashtanga Namaskara, it actually helps you prevent diabetes because your pancreas are getting activated. They're getting room to move around freely. You're also massaging your pancreas when you come up. The way we are now is Bhujangasana or Cobra. And that would be good for lower back. Which one is that? Diedre. Lumbago. Yes. Try to keep your elbows close to yourselves. Now, come back, lift your hip off the floor. Come up in mountain position, and this is also called by some schools as downward dog. You'll feel a beautiful stretch in your hamstrings. Now, who wants to take a guess? We can all yell out.
Sciatica.
Sciatica. This helps us strengthen our sciatic muscles. Our hamstrings are stretched beautifully. Hold this position. This time, bring your right foot forward. Inhale. Now we are repeating postures 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then take your knee back just a little bit. Bring your left foot forward. Keep exhaling. Posture number 3 is being repeated. Keep your palms together. From the hip, lift your torso. Take your arms all the way up. Keep your back straight. Go up all the way, arms overhead. Bring your hands down in front of your chest, Namaskaras. Exhaling. When you do this full cycle at home, once you know the sequence, it literally takes about 30 seconds. This time, this is half a cycle. We took our left leg back. We're going to do one more cycle, and this time, we don't need to even remind you which ailment it would help you prevent. You will know automatically by focusing on that part of the body. So we're going to take our right leg back this time. Start with Namaskarasana. Palms in front of your chest. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Fold from the hip and keep exhaling. Keep your back straight. This time, take your right leg back. Keep your toes curled in. If your knees are coming way past your big toe, wiggle your toes forward. Your left toes forward. Now, very gently, take your left foot back to meet the right foot. You're in Dandasana. Now, place your knees on the floor. Exhale as you bring your chest down to the ground and you glide the front of your body up into Cobra. It's a nice fluid motion. Now you can come as high up as your body will allow you today. Make sure your elbows are bent close to your body. Take your butt off the floor. Curl your toes in. Bring your hips high up. We've covered the 8 ailment-specific stretches. This time, you're going to bring your left leg forward. Inhale, bring your left leg forward between your hands. Now, if your left leg does not come far, that's good, Diedre. Just wiggle your feet, make them come as forward as you can. Bring your right leg forward. Hands to feet, arms in front of you, palms together. Inhale, bring your torso up, keep your back straight. Keep inhaling, take your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your palms in front of your chest. Thank you for watching. Now we're going to get some feedback. Okay, tell me, how did you guys feel?
This was intense.
Very intense. It's intended to be intense, and as long as you're safe, by now we all know that we tighten our core muscles. As long as we do that, we are safe. And also, when you are focusing on a particular part of the body, you're sending fresh oxygen. So you're guiding your mind to that part of the body. So you are refreshing yourself. So I guess it's intense as long as you're not in pain.
No, I'm not in pain.
You feel good, right?
I feel good,
Can you
yes.
imagine with just one sequence, when you do this on a daily basis, takes you 1 minute? Can you imagine how fresh you'd feel if you do it 10 times, 20 times? It's great. I already feel out of breath, but I love it.
It's cardiovascular.
Yeah.
It is really good.
Almost an aerobic.
Right.
And it seems so passive. It really seems like a passive pose,
Yes.
but there's a lot that's
It
going
really
on.
gets you going.
A lot's going
And you mentioned that too, right? Because and you said that too, it's almost aerobic. So you do feel all pumped up, you're ready to face your day, and you're out there. You should do this sequence. Try and do this sequence at least 5 times each time. You know, you get into that means 5 minutes of stretching, and you have a very intense stretch. You're also helping your body prevent common ailments, 8 common ailments. Let's take a seat. We just want to discuss a few differences between yoga and gym. Actually, I would actually like to hear from, because it's important for our viewers to know how we see yoga helping us. Why don't we just go to the gym? I mean, I have a lot of friends who would rather go to the gym because yoga is a little slow for them. But anyone has any differences? And there's nothing, we are not going to put down any gym exercise because I think yoga and gym complement each other beautifully. But if we're able to help others understand what are the differences, actually I'll get you started. First of all, yoga is low impact. So there's not a lot of jumping and moving around. It's very, you can do it slowly, you can do it a little faster if you want, but it's still low impact. There's no, no jumping around. Lucy?
Well, I danced ballet when I was young.
Oh, wow.
For many, many years. And I have wished at that time that I had done some yoga because it helps you. Because what you have to develop is the stretch, the strength, the ability, the straightness. Everything is so complete in ballet. Well, yoga does that.
Right.
When you do yoga, it does that. It contains every muscle in your body.
That's
The
beautiful.
breathing, the flexibility,
Right.
the flow from one movement to the other.
Right.
And the soul is involved, so that covers the whole gamut.
Yeah. So you're actually involving your whole self, your mind, your body, everything. You're bringing your personality together. You're bringing yourself totally, you're making yourself totally composed. You're bringing your whole self together. You're compacting yourself. And when you're stretching, as we discussed in the previous episode, when you stretch the tendons, in yoga, we stretch the tendons, which releases endorphins, so you feel good, get this healthful high. Who wants coffee? Who wants alcohol to feel high? But you're also strengthening the muscles. So in a back bend, for example, you're strengthening your lower back, but you're also stretching the front of your spine. So yoga is very complete in that. Whereas in gym, you are learning to be strong, and gym does help you isolate your muscles and you strengthen them separately. But yoga is trying to make it a complete. Each posture is trying to be complete in itself. That's why we say every posture must have a counter posture. The other thing too, you probably work out a lot, right? You look very fit.
Yeah, I go to the gym. Yeah,
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
What about those machines over there? Do you find that you need to have a program?
Well, I mainly use the treadmill and the bicycle.
Right,
Yeah, I don't
cardio.
really, I don't really use the step master or anything like that.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
just like I just you.
And you
usually
set a
work cardio.
program into the machine.
Yeah,
It tells you. So
30 minutes, maybe an hour. Yeah.
that's good. So there's another difference. Again, that's very important too for us to know what our goal is. But gym workout can be program-paced. Yoga is self-paced. We stretch into a posture as deep as we want, as deep as we can. One day we may be able to stretch more intensely. Another day, we don't have the same intensity.
Yeah, but can I just say one thing?
Yes, of course, absolutely.
I can say I was kind of confused too much because to me it's like Yeah, what is better, the gym or yoga? Because I'm not really
It's
used.
both.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And I didn't really know yoga helps with your asthma and diabetes and all. And yeah, I'm really enjoying yoga.
I'm glad you're here with us too, because it's really good for everyone to understand that a person who works out at the gym can also enjoy yoga. You don't have to give up. To practice yoga, you don't have to give up anything. It's in addition to. That's why I don't think yoga should even be called an alternative therapy. It should be complementary therapy, right? It's in addition to everything else. So you don't have to stop anything. That's great. And you've seen people stretch at the gym after their workout.
Yeah.
They just don't know that in yoga we give it a name.
Yeah.
That's basically all the difference we have. Yoga helps cool the body. Unless you're doing reps as we do in the gym, if we do the sun salutation about 5 or 10 times, yes, there is a kind of heat. There's an internal heat that builds up. But it does help cool the body in the sense once you finish your workout, it calms your mind. It actually cools the whole body. It keeps you calm, keeps you focused. In workouts, you actually get all pumped up and you have all that energy. And yes, it's great, but in yoga, because you stay calm, you actually have an inner energy which makes your day longer than 24 hours. Whereas in a workout, you have a full 1 hour workout. You feel great, and there's no doubt it's wonderful to have all those cardio workouts. But at the end of your workout, you are tired. You want to just sit down and relax. Whereas here, we're all ready to get up and go and do other things. Do you agree, Lucy?
Actually, yoga is meditative.
It's
Because
very
throughout the
meditative. Beautiful.
whole exercise of yoga, your mind is focused on your movements and your flow. And when you're finished, the relaxation, your deep meditation comes in for a short moment, but it's there. It fixes you up for the whole day, for all
Right.
the Rajas out there.
Very nicely put. Meditative is a lovely word for yoga. We don't have to force ourselves to sit in a meditative posture. Just getting into the yoga postures makes you want to focus and concentrate on that particular posture, on that particular part of the body, and you are internalizing. I think that's a word I tend to use a lot. So we do internalize, and that helps us meditate. That's really beautiful. The other difference between yoga and gym, and feel free if you guys want to stretch out and relax a little bit, yoga helps us build stamina. The gym makes us stronger. It builds strength. It's like a runner running a 4-lap run and someone going really fast and doing a 100-meter run. Someone could do 400 meters, or you know how the marathons, right? Some people can run really fast, but they do short distances. Some people can run for a longer time, so their stamina is very high. Yoga is like that. Yoga is more like a marathon. You can actually keep going for a while. And the gym actually makes you very strong and makes you very fast, but it's high energy, so it's a shorter span, and you will have a greater workout in a shorter amount of time. But it also can subside much quicker. The other thing in yoga is we use abdominal breath. We try to breathe, and when we get into the breathing chapter, we will definitely teach you how to breathe with the abdomen. You isolate your abdominal muscles to breathe in and out. A lot of the times, unless you're inhaling to expand your lungs, but in exercise at the gym, it's a lot of thoracic breathing. You need to inhale a lot. In yoga, you exhale a lot, so you detox. Amy, do you go to the gym as well? You look very fit, but you have been there before.
Yes, that's where I learned yoga, actually.
Wow, nice. So there's beautiful. Oh, tell me then, how did you were working out at the gym and somebody drafted you into the yoga class?
No, I intentionally went to the yoga class. I was
lovely.
curious about the practice, and it agreed with me. And I really liked it. As Lucy said, it was very meditative.
Right.
Our instructor was very focused not just on our postures and that we were doing it right, but also our intention.
Right.
And
Very nice.
that was a very big thing for her, and it really helped me because during those classes, as I would focus on the postures and what my intention was for the day, she was really a great teacher. I walked away with solutions to some of the problems I was having at the time through that practice. So I really appreciate that introduction to yoga.
That's beautifully explained. The intention is so very important. Our intention in this program is preventive health care, but I'm sure you're talking about something deeper than that. You're talking about a spiritual intention. You always mean well for people, and you set a goal for yourself for that day, which helps you focus. That's beautiful. You had a wonderful teacher. I would love to meet her some. Maybe we should have her on our program.
Yes, I have to get back in touch with her.
Yeah, you should. The other thing we learned in the previous episode, in yoga, yoga postures rely a lot on gravity. We tend to use body weight, whereas at the gym, we use external weights. So again, both are equally important, both are equally effective, but in yoga, we do the most with our body. We try not to use props if we have to, sometimes to get deeper into a stretch, yes. But most of the times, it's body weight. Typically, as Amy just explained, in yoga, you have a kind of, when you finished your practice, you feel you're developing some kind of an inner appeal, whereas in gyms, you may look great. Sometimes, I've seen people of all different sizes and shapes practice yoga, and they do it beautifully because of what you call about you mentioned the intention. There is an inner glow. You feel the energy coming out, and you feel good. I mean, you feel good about yourself. We may not always look the best we want to, but when you feel good from the inside, it shows on our face. And we want to do, we want to practice it every day so we can feel that high, the rush. How are we going, Sissy? Doing good? Another thing is, in yoga, we try to conserve energy. At the gym, we burn calories. So our target is to burn a certain number of calories. In yoga, we are actually conserving our energy because it's low impact. We're not using up the calories, and because of that, because we are compacting ourselves, conserving our energy, we actually have a lot of energy at the end of our yoga stretches. I know personally, the days that I have stretched and I've done the full sequence, I feel great. I feel like I've got 48 hours in the day. Judy, since we started these weekly programs, have you been practicing at home as well?
I have a little bit, not as much as I should.
Oh, you will.
But, I do find that yoga is so inclusive. Exercising at the gym is great. It's good physical workout. But I'm very amazed at how inclusive the yoga is as far as internal organs.
Right.
And it's just being made the awareness of these organs that I hadn't thought about since I studied biology in school. The placement of the organs, the functions of the organs, how we can improve their functioning. The yoga experience has been really fine. The word I would use would be fine. A more vigorous exercise would be energetic, getting the muscles in shape. This is on a different level.
Yes.
And then, as Amy said about the intention, it brings into it a spiritual nature, which I wasn't expecting. And then in some of our previous episodes where we had the guest speakers,
Yes.
it became apparent.
When Douglas was there, right?
Douglas, yes, and Amber as well.
Yes.
It's such an inclusive exercise that I'm totally in love with.
That's wonderful. It is very. That's why I think they call it holistic, and I'm glad you brought that up because it's intended to be for everyone. So not only is it inclusive in itself and of itself, it also should include everybody. Should try it at least once, just to experience how it feels at the end of a yoga practice. It also, the one final point, and actually probably one of the most important points, yoga does improve our mental alertness. I find I have become so much more alert since I started practicing. And as a matter of fact, even on a day-to-day basis, the days that I practice yoga, I feel very sharp. And the days that I don't practice, I feel pretty out of focus. I'm all over the place, and that's my nature. But I don't know. Maybe some of you are always focused, but for me, I need to work out to feel good, to feel mentally alert. Deirdre, have you been practicing for a while as well, yoga, since we started this?
Yeah, yeah, I have. Not
you
like
don't
every
have
day.
to. Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you
Not every day, but yeah, I notice. Well, I'm always alert on a lot of things, but but when it comes to stretching my muscles, like I told you before, like I feel like my posture is like horrible, so I really kind of just slouch. But I notice now, like usually when I'm sitting down, I'm always
right
straight up. I'm like, wow,
It does make you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Well, that was a very nice word that Judy used too. You're talking about awareness, a self-awareness. That definitely
Yes,
happens.
absolutely.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All Okay, let's see how much time. Sissy, how much time do we have? 4 minutes? Great. Let's try and go through a couple of sun salutation sequences, maybe with one person each time. Amy, do you want to be the first? I won't say victim. I think you guys are enjoying it so much. Would you like to be the first person to demonstrate? I'll try and talk you through, but I'll also be going through this. Yes. 3, that's fine. Amy's going to do our demo. We're going to go heels together, toes slightly apart, and now that we've covered all the postures in the sequence, I'm just going to try and talk us through it. Hands by your side, palms facing your thighs, chin up, chest out. Tighten your core muscles, that's your pelvic, gluteals, and your lower abdomen. Inhale, keep your legs straight but not stiff. Inhale, bring your palms up to shoulder height. Keep inhaling, go up, all the way up, turn your palms in. Now you're going to exhale and fold from the hip. Come forward a little bit to the front of your mats actually, because you're going to have to take your legs back. Keep folding, exhale. Keep your back straight, go all the way down to your toes or ankles, wherever you feel ready today. Take your left leg back. Toes curled in, bring your chin out, chest out. Now dip your hip down. Little more, Amy, that's it, nice. Bring your chest out, that's it, good, look up. Now take your right knee back just a little bit and take your right foot all the way back to join the left foot. Look ahead of you at a point that doesn't move, just to take the stress off your body. Very gently, keep exhaling. Exhale, bring your knees to the floor. Now, this is a double exhale. You exhale again, bring your chest down, and then you inhale and come up. Glide, come up, keep your elbows close to your body. Good. Now, take your hip off the floor, curl your toes in, lift your knees off the floor, come in mountain position. Keep exhaling. Bring your left leg forward between your hands. Dip your hip again. So you want to be as close to the floor as you can. Chest out, chin up, dip your hip. Good. Bring your right leg forward. Hands to your feet still. Inhale, come up. Keep your back straight. Keep inhaling as you come up. Exhale, bring your palms in front of your chest. Now keep your palms right there. We start in Namaskar position again. Heels together, toes apart. This time we're going to get the other leg out. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Fold from the hip as you exhale. Take your right leg back. Toes curled in. Dip your hip. If your knees are past your big toe, wiggle your feet forward. Chest out, chin up. Inhale. Take your left leg back to meet the right leg. You're in Dandasana, plank position. Exhale, bring your knees to the floor. Exhale again. Inhale happens, don't worry. Keep exhaling. Bring your chest to the ground. Inhale, come up in cobra position, elbows close to your body. Very nice. Keep your feet flat, Amy. That's it. Inhale, bring your hips off the floor. Peel your hips off the floor. Bring your knees up. Mountain position. Heels to the floor. Keep exhaling. This is a nice restful posture right now. Inhale, bring your right foot forward between your hands. Chest out, chin up. Exhale, bring the other foot forward. Inhale, other foot forward. Now you're exhaling when both your feet are here. Feet together. Inhale, come up. Keep your back straight. Exhale, palms in front of your chest.